Okay, so let's finish up creating this floor of ours. The next thing we have to do is create the body definition. So let's call it something like floor body def. It's going to be a body def object. Now there are a few variables associated with this body def. Probably the one you'll most commonly be altering is the initial position, called position. It's a b2vec2, so we can use the set function. And to figure out actually where to set this body, remember that when we created our shape definition, we defined our rectangle, our long skinny rectangle, so that the 0, 0 point was at the upper left corner. So if we want this thing to run along the bottom of our Flash movie, we should make sure that we set it appropriately. So in this case, we'll want the x value to be 0, and remember to divide by this ratio constant, and we'll set the y value to be at 390. Our Flash movie right now is 400 pixels long, and so this will make sure that our floor goes from 390 to 400 pixels. Again, making sure we divide by ratio. And now to create the body, we're going to take this definition and we're going to pass it to our world. So our floor body is a b2 body object, and we're going to get it by taking our b2 world and calling this function create body. And we pass as an argument to this create body our body definition. So that gets passed to our world then kicks back a floor body, and that's all there is to it. So right now our body knows that it's sort of this abstract point in space. That's all it knows right now. It doesn't know that it's supposed to be a long skinny rectangle. It doesn't know that it is going to be fixed in space. It doesn't really know anything else. To do that, we're going to basically create a shape using this shape definition that we defined earlier. So we're going to take our floor body and we're going to call its create shape function or method, and we're going to pass to it our big long shape definition. So doing this will basically now tell the floor body, okay, you're a rectangle, you're a wide rectangle, your friction value is 0.5, your restitution value is 0.3, and your density is 0.0, meaning you are fixed in space, or what the Box 2D people like to call static. So there's one other step that we actually need to do now that we've done this. And technically I don't think we need to do it here, but I think it's a good habit to get into anytime you've created a body and created the shapes to it. Call this set mass from shapes function. This basically forces the floor body object to kind of recalculate its mass, figure out where its center of gravity is. Do a whole bunch of things that technically we probably don't need to do here because our object is static. It is fixed in space. We're never really going to care what its mass is, what its center of gravity is. However, I think it's a good idea just to always do it, because the one time you forget to do it, you'll be screwed. And so that's it. Just to make sure that we actually have created this object, we'll get a little body count from our world. All right, I'm going to hit F6, run this thing in Flash, and well, okay. We now have some output telling us that our world has 2 bodies in it. Our Hello Box world is still entirely empty. If you were hoping you'd be able to see the floor along the bottom, I guess you're probably a little disappointed right now. Remember that all we're doing still is telling the mathematical model what's going on. So the mathematical model that's going on underneath the hood now knows that there is a long rectangle along the bottom here. Flash, however, really doesn't know anything about it, so it has nothing to display. We'll be getting to that soon. But for now, just picture a little rectangle there, so at least you feel like you've made some progress. So next up, let's make the walls. These should go a lot quicker now that we know what we're doing.